We are live making banana and ice cream. And what's our key ingredients? Take a guess. Bananas. You put the bananas. It's really easy. Great way to have a delicious dessert without all the fat. Okay, start putting the bananas in. I'm going to make it a whole bunch of different ways. Okay, bananas, bananas, bananas. I freeze them. I get them really ripe. And then I put them in things like a bag that I got some electronics in, and I repurpose all those bags so that when they're frozen, they require some work out all your frustrations on these bananas because they stick together. And when they're frozen, it's worth all the effort. You just grab them, you pull them out, and you just put them in to, I'm dealing with a bullet as well as a Vitamix because I'm going to do a couple of different ways. So here's some bananas. We're not through yet, but I want to bring in another aspect of this. Okay. Organic, super smoothie, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, kale, spinach, bananas, right here. Okay, this I got at Costco. And I like to shop at Costco to show that you can be 100% vegan and shop at the places that America shops at, like Costco. This is organic. I try to always buy organic. And so these, see here. I'm very excited, so I don't want to cut myself or anything. Okay, so here it is. It's a little pouch, and it happens to be the perfect amount. The perfect amount because you want to have on your ice cream. You can do it any number of ways. You can just do bananas with, I'll show you other alternatives, but my favorite is, here's the bananas, and then I pour in, look at that. Now we've already got the basic ingredients right there. And I got to tell you, it's delicious when it's done. You won't feel any deprivation. I want to grab one other thing, one tiny thing that I use, which is stevia powder. I have a terrible sweet tooth. I've grappled with it all my life. This past December, I gave up processed sugar because I was putting on the pounds with the processed sugar. And but I still want that sweet. So there's great ways to get that done. Now, if it gets too high like this on your NutriBullet, you may want to switch over to this Vitamix because NutriBullets are great. I use them all the time. But if they're too high, when things whip up, what happens is it kind of overflows and then it short circuits and you have to wait a while till you can use it again. So I'm going to take all this and put this in the Vitamix. We'll use this afterwards for another one that's a smaller version. So now look at this. You've got your bananas, your frozen bananas, and you've got your combo from, you can get this at, it's organic. Everything's organic. Clovis Farms, fruits and vegetables, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, kale, spinach, bananas. Now you might think kale for ice cream. Actually, they're pretty thick. I'll show them to you. They're pretty thick, and they actually serve as a thickener, believe it or not. Who knew? Okay. Now, you're going to be blown away by this because you can also use this to reduce. I know one of my Achilles heels was the vegan ice cream. I couldn't put it down. I mean, once I tried, I think the Ben & Jerry's. I ate the pint before I got home in the car, and I knew this is like crack, but I still want that ice cream feeling. So I'm creating something that is completely 100% guilt-free. You like that? Of course. So we do need something, little something, something to make it creamy. Now this is coconut milk. All right. You can buy it. Voila. Coconut milk. I can tell you coconut milk is fabulous, but you don't, it's on the fattening side compared to everything else. So what I do is I'm going to use a half a cup, but that's going to become 4 servings. Watch me. I'm a magician. So here we go. Look at that right there. Half a cup. And let me just make sure we get everything. By the way, a half a cup I've learned recently is 8 tablespoons. So some of the coconut milk is more watery than the creamier stuff, but we want to get, when I do measuring, I don't want to waste anything. Like I don't want, if I'm going to have half a cup, I want every single last half a cup. Look how creamy and delicious that is. Now I just take that, boom, put it right in there. So we've got the bananas. I'm going to throw another banana in. You can't make a mistake with this. Honestly, there's no way. Now, how do we make it sweet? Well, believe it or not, some of the blueberries and the raspberries especially seem to make things quite sweet. But I'm going to take 2 medjool dates, and I'll show you. I ordered these on. Well, I'm ordering everything. All right, calm down. That was me. I'm ordering everything online these days. But these medjool dates, they're not pitted, so you have to take the pits out. Remember to take the pits out. But these are great. They're organic. There's no extra sugar. And dates is one of the fabulous things to make things taste sweet. Boing! All right, now, sweetness. So, hold on a second. Got this. Let me do, all right. There's so much here to tell you about. I'm taking basically everything out of my refrigerator. Okay. This is monk fruit. Now, because I have a very addictive personality, I will go for the worst things automatically. I'm 25 years sober, but those bad impulses have jumped to sweets, which I hit bottom on, and I just was like, this isn't working for me. Not that I was using huge quantities, but it doesn't take much. Just like, a couple of drinks back in the day, I was doing stupid things. It didn't take that much sugar to make me feel the next morning a little hungover. So I discovered this. This is monk fruit sweetener. So fantastic. 0 calories, does not upset your glycemic index. Okay. And it's 1-to-1 with sugar. So if you look at, first of all, when things freeze up, they lose their sugariness. So that's why ice cream is so fattening. Aside from the cream, it's the sugar that they pile on to make it super sweet because the sweetness diminishes as it freezes. So I put things in mason jars because it's a great way. I don't like to kill any animals, not even ants or any of those. And the best way to keep them from can't get into a mason jar. Okay, so it's a great way to keep the place free without, it's a preventative. Okay, so I'm going to put, I would say, again, if you're one of these people who has a huge sweet tooth, put more. If you're one of these people who a little goes a long way, put less. I put 4 in. Now, again, if I'm making 4 servings, that's just 1 per serving, right? So it's not a lot. And one of the things that I've learned doing Lunch Break Live, all really good chefs taste as they go. So put it in the blender once. If it's not sweet enough for you, you can add more. Then I always add a little dash of stevia, which is definitely a sweetener, but if you overuse it, it can give you a little aftertaste. Excuse me. I'm going to grab a water, which I should always have right by my side. Okay. Where were we? Look at this. It's coming together. And we get to do a blender dance once this is all put together. So there's other things you can do. For example, this is hazelnut creamer. You do want to have a little bit of liquid because otherwise it just sort of cogs up. You want it to be able to blend. So you can't leave it with no liquid. So what I do is just put 1 tablespoon of the this puppy, Nut Pods. I love these. This is so good. And then I do add, you can use whatever plant-based milk you like. This week I'm on this. I try to use oat milk because I feel like environmentally it's probably the most sensitive one, the best one, but it's hard to get because it's selling out everywhere. So this week I'm doing cashew milk. So I would say let's just do a cup. Again, you can come up with your own measurements. I just made this up out of thin air. I'm not an expert, but it's delicious. I'm telling you. Okay, so Look at this. We got it together. We've got, you can add more strawberries if you want, because strawberries give it a nice color. And honestly, the eye is very important. If you want to have it protein-wise, I had sometimes added this. Again, so a serving is 2 scoops. So if we put 2 in, it gives it a little bit of thickness, which is good. And it's also got a little sweetness, even though there's no added sugar. There's no added sugar. This is vanilla bean. I guess it's the vanilla. All right, I think we're done. One thing that I have a tendency to do that I would warn against is I add too much and I destroy it. I've done this over and over again. I've added too much turmeric. I've added too much stevia. I've added, I'm a too mucher. So I have to stop myself. Okay, we're going to put this in. Woo, very excited. And we're going to, about New Day, New Chef is our show on Amazon Prime. And it's doing so well. It is a hit. And we also have a new show on Amazon Prime. These are free for Amazon Prime members. New Day, New Chef, Support and Feed, where we support and Feed, which is Maggie Baird's organization. She's a vegan. Her kids, Billie Eilish and Phineas, are vegan. And they're a vegan family. And what they're doing is collecting donations through Support and Feed to give to vegan restaurants to keep them open. And then those vegan restaurants make food to feed to hungry children, hungry seniors, first responders, doctors, nurses, but particularly those who are struggling and literally hungry in America today. She is my hero. You can watch the top chefs in LA who make food for Support and Feed. It's unbelievable. I'm talking about Pura Vida, Sun Cafe, PBJ LA, Angela Means of Jackfruit Cafe. You're going to have to just watch the show. We've got a lot of celebrities. We've got Mrs. Patmore from Downton Abbey. We've got Elaine Hendricks she plays Alexis Carrington on Dynasty. We've got Joanna Krupa, voted numerous times the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, we have an incredible, incredible, incredible group of Mark Thompson, such a great guy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start dancing. On the show, on New Day, New Chef, New Day, New Chef, New Day, New Chef Support and Feed Edition, available on Amazon Prime. Every time we turn on the blender, we dance. No exceptions. There was one chef who refused to dance. 1,000 lashes with a wet soba noodle. Okay, come on. You can dance at home too. Let's do it. It's a new day. You can be a new chef. It's a new day. You can be a new chef. Just sing and dance. Sing and dance. Are you dancing? I did the cha-cha-cha, I did an Irish jig, and I did a Russian something or other. Fun. Are you having fun? I hope so. We want to show that veganism is a fun lifestyle. We have a great time, guilt-free. And then because your serotonin levels are based on your gut biome, if you eat healthy fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains, you are happier. Okay? Now, alrighty. Look at that. Look at that. This is extraordinary. And I got to tell you, it's good. Now, what I said was all good chefs that I've seen Not double dipping. Even though it's just me eating this, I'm still not double dipping. I'm going to take a taste and see if it's to my liking. I'd say it's perfection. Absolute perfection. Now, remember, this is 4 servings. So before you think, wow, that's a lot of coconut milk, and first of all, there's no processed sugar. The sweetness primarily comes from fruits and dates, which is a fruit. Last time I checked, I hope. Anyway, I'm going to divide this into 4 servings, and this is the key that I've been using to help reduce while still having a nice little, you don't want to feel deprived. It's all psychological. I have the dubious honor of being an expert in addiction. The reason why diets don't work is diets create stress and anxiety. That creates resentment and cravings. The cravings lead to a binge. The binge leads to remorse. The remorse wears off and the cycle resumes. And it's over and over and over again. You can't willpower your way to sobriety. That's called white knuckling it, by the way. And it doesn't work very well. It doesn't make you happier. You have to surrender and consider it an adventure, fun, something you want to do. Can't be deprivation oriented. So there's no deprivation here. Check this out. This is like, I'm sorry, I got to show you again. Look at this gorgeous ice cream. You could put it in an ice cream cone. Okay, look. Now you've got an ice, let me show you again. Here, look at that. There you've got an ice cream cone right there. I might have to try this. This is really good. Oh my gosh. This is so delicious. I'm having an ice cream cone. I'm going to put that aside for a second. I will get back to it. But here's the thing. Now remember, I haven't double dipped with this. This has been just in here alone. What I do is I bought these half pints. Why did I buy these half pints? When I was a kid, we would eat quarter pints. Before I was vegan, my mother would take me to the park or whatever. We'd see somebody with a cart selling ice cream. They sold quarter pints. Kids were thinner. Now, good luck going into a supermarket and finding a quarter pint or a half pint. So I realized that one day. I was like, what happened to the small servings that I grew up with? You can order these online, you know where, and then you can divide this into 4 different desserts. That way you're not overdoing it. And what you do is you just fill it up, each one, and there's a cap. These, when you order them, they're like pennies. There you go. There's a cap. There's a cap. I'll show you in a second. But here we go. We're going to do one couple. I'm doing 4 because I said this is serving for 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and the ice cream cone is a bonus. But 4. This makes 4 very nicely. And it's absolutely delicious. It's very sweet. For some people, it might even be too sweet. To me, the secret is that monk fruit, because if you just do it with the stevia, it can have, I love stevia, I use it all the time, but if you only use the stevia, you can use too much and then you get that aftertaste. So here we go. We've got 4 of these. All right, check that out. Let me get my little towel here. Keep everything nice and neat. But you've got 4 of these that then you can put the caps on, right? And you can freeze them. But look how gorgeous that is. Hello? This is, if I must say so myself, and what I do is after working all day long from morning till night, from like literally, my first interview today was at 8 a.m. And I will be working probably till 9 at night. And then I do veg out for, is that okay? All right. I don't want to get too politically correct. But here, look. Let me make it look really pretty. There it is. It's gorgeous. It's delicious. So I'll take one of these and I'll have it. And then I have my sense that I've had my dessert. but I'm not overdoing it. Because if you ate all 4 at once, it still wouldn't be that fattening because you've seen all the ingredients. The only thing that's really fattening is the coconut milk and maybe a little bit of the protein powder. But one thing I want to tell you is your bananas should be ripe when you peel them and put them in the freezer. I'm going to put these back because I don't want them to go bad. Yeah, like that. And try to get everything organic. You can get organic in the main stores, no problemo. What I like about this is that it's already pre-apportioned how much you should have, so that you can just put that whole thing in there and it's done. And again, it's superfood because it's got kale, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, bananas. I mean, there's so much nutrients in there. And of course, your dates are also very good for you. So I guess I should see, let me just check and see if there's any questions before we wrap it up. I'm having an ice cream cone and I'm so happy about that. It's summertime, and again, you would think that, oh, it's guilty to have an ice cream. These are very low in calorie, by the way. Make sure when you're checking for your ice cream cones that they're vegan, because some of them are not, and that's not something that I'm very happy about. So you have to really check. All right, here I am. Let's see. We got some comments. I'm going to check them out really quick to see if I can answer any questions, because honestly, people, when I finally figured this out after some experimentation, and you can see, it looks like, well, you can't really see, but it looks like a bomb has gone off and hit in this kitchen. I mean, it's just incredibly messy. I'm not a neat chef. But when I finally got to the right kind of ingredients, I was so thrilled because, well, I can't seem to see the comments, but what I was so thrilled to get to that right amount where it just tastes good. Here they are. Okay, here we go. Okay, yummy. Aleb says, is one of them for me? Of course, come on over. Well, we'd have to social distance. I'll leave it on the doorstep. Great in the summer heat. Love the hat. Thank you. Okay, I'm convinced. How do I get one? You just saw how we made it. And the protein powder, yes. Somebody wants to know what's the protein powder. I like this protein powder. And again, this is all stuff. It's not Orgain. It has a it's 100% vegan, no added sugar, but it has, I like it. It's filled with fiber, 21 grams of protein per serving. So that's great. It's dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, lactose-free, vegan, non-GMO, and 0% sugar. By the way, you just reminded me, I didn't even get to the point where you could make other stuff. I do use this organic PB&E, and there's other no sugar added vegan organic powdered peanut butter. You can make a peanut butter one, bananas and peanut butter. It's delicious. You can also do cocoa. In fact, I want to show you, I make these quite often that I've forgotten that I had 2 in the freezer. Here's my chocolate one that I made maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's fine. I mean, it's in the freezer, and we know that vegan products last a lot longer than products with dairy in it. So I would just say it's fun. You can make it with kids. If you have kids, you can make it with the kids. They can have fun doing it. They can do the blender dance. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and please check out New Day, New Chef. It's a new day, and you can be a new chef. And then there's New Day, New Chef Support and Feed with Maggie Baird, and with surprise appearances, guest appearances by Billie Eilish and Phineas, her wonderful children. It's a vegan family, and they're doing such incredible work to keep vegan restaurants open and to help feed nutritious plant-based foods to those who are struggling right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Share it out.